I absolutely love what NXT 2.0 has going on and the direction of this product, this revamped version of NXT. Okay, I made it pretty known that my stance on NXT as it was in the past, particularly year, I wasn't at all really a fan of the direction the show had gone. As far as building to the future of WWE, it really wasn't. Okay, nothing NXT was doing for the past year and a bit was doing anything to set up the future of WWE for the next 5-10 years. It was instant gratification, really good matches for the here and now, and WWE long-term, main roster-wise, was screwed. Whereas this right here, NXT 2.0, this is everything that wrestling in the modern day really should be, as far as, I guess, captivating the pre-teen, teen, young adult, and just general adult audience. Okay, this show, it's finger on the pulse content. It's content that doesn't feel passé. It doesn't feel stale. It doesn't feel just going through the motions and dry, as has much of professional wrestling, WWE particularly, for the past definitely few years, but really decade and plus. Okay, this NXT 2.0 product, it showcases a wide array of distinctive, recognizable characters, and boy oh boy, dude, it's such a refreshing change. Like everyone watching this video, you should be able to understand, in the past few years, NXT especially, the characters on this show have literally been my characters that I respect my opponent and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to show off my wrestling capabilities. That's been near enough anyone and everyone's wrestling character on NXT, and just generally WWE, but NXT particularly in the past few years. But however, this NXT 2.0 product, it's a whole different beast, okay? Characters are plenty, storylines, stuff makes sense, it's cool. You want to see what segment they do next, or whose character they're going to progress next, what they're going to do to build on this wrestler's character, and who's going to interact with who. It's just bloody good, bro. I've watched every episode of this so far. I bloody love this. This is what the future of wrestling needs to be. It's what wrestling needs to be if it is to attract and really grow an audience through the 2020s. Because as we've seen with the declining ratings for years and years, the style of wrestling we've been getting for the past definitely half decade, but mainly decade or so, just doesn't cut it. 15-minute matches for the sake of it. Matches that pretty much everyone knows aren't real. Just the format was broken. It was a broken formula. NXT, especially in 2020 and 2021, they fixed that, thank God. This video, all about the greatness of NXT 2.0. First off, I mean, there's so many things to say, but for me, I want to say the color scheme. Obviously, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people aren't a big fan of it. Yes, it's very in your face, very bright, very, the rainbow theme, the, very diverse color scheme. Personally, I really enjoy it. It's a pleasant change from the very just stock standard Raw is red, SmackDown is blue, NXT is gold and black, or black and gold. Like, that's what we've become accustomed to. This, it's a hodgepodge mix of everything. It's upbeat, it's vibrant. That's one thing I love about the color scheme, the logo, the set. I love the arena it's in. The arena it's in doesn't feel like it just works. Like, it feels like the audience is actively really engaged with what's happening. It doesn't feel like the audience is really like barricaded off from having any impact. Like just little things like that. I like the way the arena's set up. I like the staging. I think that's done pretty well. Staging for this NXT 2.0 set, really good. So that's a really good start. Good point to start. For me, the main thing that makes this show great are the characters, and that's really the main directive of NXT 2.0. The main directive is characters showcase the future, have finger on the pulse of what's cool and relevant nowadays, and really just generally make an entertaining show. So, with that said, I'm just going to run through some of the characters on the show. So I'm not going to run through every character just because there's that many of them, but to me, the main ones on this show, for one, Bron Breakker. Okay, Bron is the face of it all. Bron, he's high energy, high intensity. He's can't miss TV. Like if you see a Bron Breakker segment pop up in your YouTube, you're gonna have to click that because it's probably gonna be 1 to 3 minutes. High energy, high octane, high tempo. And the best part of Bron, he's only 23. 23! Like, we're so used to NXT, particularly, showcasing guys who are mid to late 30s, if not even up to 40 years old. Finn Balor, the NXT champion for literally the better part of this year, was quite literally, how old was Finn Balor? 40 years of age. Okay, that's not the future of anything. This, Bron Breakker, 23! High octane, high energy, can't miss TV. He's gonna beat Tommaso Ciampa at Halloween Havoc for the NXT title. It's obvious that's the direction they're going, and oh my god, I can't wait to see it. The dude is so sick. Like this is a guy who, when, a 14-year-old scrolling TikTok, some 14-year-old guy scrolling TikTok sees a Bron Breakker highlight, they go, oh my god, he's sick. What's this? NXT 2.0? I'm gonna follow this. He's dope. Like, Bron's amazing. Bron's awesome. Then next up, Joe Gacy. I mentioned him in my video, Wrestling Sad Reality, like a week or a bit ago. Joe Gacy is just, this is that woke, PC, leftist type character I've been talking about for years. I've mentioned Sami Zayn and Mustafa Ali being in the PC brigade in my fantasy bookings. I've always felt wrestling needs some form of real finger on the pulse, relevant, pseudo-political, woke type character, because not having one of these in wrestling is just blatantly ignoring pop culture. This is culture. What Joe Gacy is doing right now, this is a real legitimate part of society and culture. So to see Joe Gacy play this role the way he does, it's bloody fantastic, dude. He's talking about safe spaces, he's using all this woke terminology. It's so entertaining. It's just, it's extremely relevant, it's hip, it's trendy, it's, like, people can relate to this. People my age, people a bit younger, people older, people in college, and this is something you can relate to. Everyone knows someone or a mass majority of people in their real life who are just like this, overly woke, a bit unbearable at times, and it's a fun, different character. He tries to hug his opponents after matches. It's just, Joe Gacy's great. Then Tony D'Angelo, like, he's as cool as it gets, this guy. Chicagoan, he's there for his family, the tradition of, Chicago and all that kind of stuff. He's here to do his thing. He's a bloody cool guy. And that's one of the things that, Tony and a lot of these NXT guys nowadays in this NXT 2.0 rebrand, they're going to do really well in the sense that they're cool. Okay, being cool goes a long way. In the Attitude Era, being cool is what got a lot of the roster over. It's what made a lot of people fan favorites, even if they weren't the main event guys, even if they weren't Steve Austin or The Rock or Triple H or Mick Foley, even if they weren't one of those guys, if they were a road dog, an X-Pac, an undercard guy with a character, charisma, entertainment value, it's everything you look for. And God, Tony D'Angelo trying to bribe the ref during the match, he's trying to hit on, I forget her name, Lashes like backstage, like, it's great. And then you got, Duke Hudson, okay, overly confident, cocky poker player, fancies those odds against anyone. You've got Mei Ying, this psychotic demon lady who worships fear to motivate Boa, and they have that dynamic going there. You've got the Creed brothers. I think the Creed brothers are amazing. The Creed brothers are so sick. Like these are two 6'5" collegiate beast athlete guys who are part of the Diamond Mine. You've got a great mouthpiece of Diamond Mine. Roderick Strong's the leader there. Really fun stable of the Diamond Mine. Creed brothers don't have to be overly over charisma machines, but they've got all the tools there as far as the athletic side of things. You've got Brooks and Briggs. I think they're great as well. They nearly won the tag titles in this past week's episode. Then, let's look at the rest of the women's division. Toxic Attraction. Let's praise this a little bit. Mandy Rose completely revitalized her career with this. Mandy Rose, for a while now, she's had all the talent and all the capabilities. Obviously, the crowd who loves in-ring matches and loves watching 27-minute bell-to-bell work rate classics, they're not the biggest fan of Mandy Rose because she can't go in the ring like Adam Cole can, but this new role for her is so perfect. She's like a mentor and a leader to two sidekicks, and who are just getting their start in NXT. Mandy's giving them some names, some notoriety. She's giving them a bit of, I guess, clout, because Mandy Rose has 3 million Instagram followers. So you take Mandy, you give her the brunette look, you have her new character. She's coming out every week wearing outfits that go viral on social media, get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Instagram likes, views, just really good. Toxic Attraction's great. Then, Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell, probably my favorite wrestler, female-wise definitely, in this promotion, outside of Mandy. The whole bit backstage where you've got Indy Hartwell walking with a sidekick, and they're literally making dick jokes and dick references about Dexter Lumis, and it's like, oh, was it 7? Was it 8? And then he's like, oh, it was 9. Like, it's topical. Then they walk in on Mei Ying performing a sacrifice of worship to Boa. Like, it's just, like, that is content. That's the kind of stuff that, if that's on TikTok, if that's on Instagram, if that's on Snapchat and a snap, like, highlight reel, people are going to see that and be like, that's pretty funny. Oh, that's cool. I'm interested to see more. So that's really good. That's just some of the characters of NXT 2.0. They're some of the driving forces of this brand. There's so many more I haven't even named, but those ones particularly, so damn good. And then elsewhere from that, I mean, I guess I'll say gripes. Just a couple little things to mention which aren't like the overly most positive surrounding NXT 2.0. For one, obviously, ring work isn't the greatest, okay? The in-ring work for many of these matches aren't absolutely top tier, but at the same time, do I really care that during Indy Hartwell versus Mei Ying, when Mei Ying goes to slam Indy Hartwell headfirst into the ring post, that Indy Hartwell doesn't sell it as well as someone like Kyle O'Reilly would? Am I overly bothered by the fact that an Indy Hartwell Mei Ying match or a Mandy Rose Ember Moon match is only going 4 to 5 minutes and it's not going 12 to 15 as it would have if this was the traditional Triple H NXT these past few years? Am I distraught and angry that these matches won't be getting the star ratings that old NXTs would have got? I couldn't give a stuff. Okay, the matches, it's so much more entertaining. This is what made the Attitude Era really good, is that the matches weren't overly long because the in-ring work, a bit of in-ring action, some fun spots, some vibrant, character work from the people involved. That's all you need. You don't need 15, 20-minute matches to entertain people, because as numbers have very much proven over the past 10 years, the ratings aren't conducive to great matches unless it's featuring two name-type guys. So, yeah, the in-ring work, obviously not the greatest, it's developmental, and fair play to them. The characters is the main thing, they're developing them bloody brilliantly. So, that's the in-ring work, and the other one I want to mention, the other thing, the old guard of NXT. This is a really interesting one. Obviously, Tommaso Ciampa's the champion, which I think he's a perfect choice to be the old lion amidst this wave of the young brigade of lions. So I think Ciampa's good as the champion. But when it comes to guys like Kyle O'Reilly, particularly, Pete Dunne, not so much, but mainly Kyle O'Reilly, he's so out of place in this promotion, dude. Kyle O'Reilly does not fit this at all. Like, he's backstage with Von Wagner. Like, the first segment they did, it's so uncomfortable. Well, on the October 5th episode, there's no chemistry there. Kyle looks totally in just the wrong company. Kyle O'Reilly to AEW looks like a really realistic chance, considering how out of place he looks amongst this promotion. But, yeah, anyway, some of these guys, Kyle O'Reilly's the main one, but just generally, if you're one of the old guard who just are there to put on really good matches, you don't belong here. And, I mean, is that a bad thing? No, you can go to AEW and put on really good matches for the 1.05 million people who want to see that. Fair play to you. So, that's going to be the video. I had to praise this show, dude. Like, this is everything wrestling should be. This is a modern pro wrestling. This is a modern sports entertainment landscape. It's a fun, fresh crop of wrestlers. So many new characters to sink your teeth into and enjoy watching. I can't wait for next Tuesday, my guy. It's going to be awesome. I love watching this show. If you haven't gathered from the 14 minutes of praise, this show's where it's at. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, sub, you know the drill.